I just did a live and I remembered a video that I wanted to make, and I wasn't going to make any more videos today, but I've got maybe, I don't know, an hour or two left here before TikTok goes dark. And I've been asked several times in the DMs today and yesterday. A couple of people have asked, what if I want to talk about this? I want to talk about being abused, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'll get in trouble. Either there's a legal agreement saying I won't say anything, or I just don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want them to find out, that kind of thing. And my experience was a little bit different than most. First of all, my ex doesn't do social media. He never would have found me on TikTok. He barely watches YouTube from his neighbor's Wi Fi on a Roku device. He's old school. He's always used a flip phone up until just a few years ago. So I never really had a concern with him seeing my TikTok accidentally. But something I did intuitively early on, within that first 6 months or so, the way I talked about it was distinct. I was always pretty careful not to say my husband did this or my ex-husband did that and this and that and blaming him. And my focus was more on what was happening to me. Instead of saying my ex-husband would sexually coerce me, I would say I was sexually coerced. It wasn't he abused me, it was I was abused. I never said his name. I don't think I even said what he did for a living. I didn't say where we live. I was very careful not to give out any identifying information. Until this year, no one even knew my name. If you have a legal situation, I would say talk to your lawyer first. Ask specifically what can and can't be said. But my personal belief is that as long as you're talking about yourself and your own experiences and not someone else and what they did, you should be fine. You should be able to talk about what happened to you. And ultimately, I promise, it is far more healing to talk about what's happening to you than to throw mud at someone else. Because 4 years into this journey, I have forgiven my ex-husband. It wasn't easy and it took a long time, but I was able to let it go. I needed to, for me. And I was able to do that because I was able to talk about it here on TikTok with all of you. Thank you again for listening to me. Now listen to yourselves.